Hey, I'm Drugs, and I just had a pretty good match here. 14 kills, 2,300 damage, total of 21 squad kills, and a win. So I thought I'd do a full game video, just try and go through the entire match, break down what worked, what I might have done better, um, and I'll take you guys through it. So jumping straight in, I'm playing with my brother Mustopheles, who's playing Lifeline. I'm playing with a random WRX Phantom 11111. Never played the guy. I'm not talking with him. I'm actually in a party with my brother here, and I am playing as Bangalore. So, explain what we're doing at this point. Phantom was the drop master. He took us straight in, a little bit slow, a little bit late, as you saw there. So, my brother said he saw some guys hopping down the bunker area, so I diverted off. Phantom followed me. My brother Mustopheles, he went on his own way, so at this point, I'm just kind of like hoping he doesn't get in over his head. He's improving, but he's still not a great player at this point. I don't know anything about Phantom's abilities. So, jumping straight in, I got a Mozambique right out of the gate, which is a gun that I rate as I still haven't found a gun yet. Right after that, I found an R99, which is a much better weapon, a top-tier weapon in my opinion. And shortly thereafter, I found what is, in my opinion, probably the best overall weapon in the game, the Spitfire. So, I don't have a ton of ammo for that right now. I got a pretty good amount of light ammo for my R99. And as you can see right here, I'm about to pick up some purple armor. So, right out of the bat, I'm in pretty great shape, which is, we got a little bit lucky here because we dropped what I would consider hot. And it's pretty quiet for the moment. That's about to change. This is not a quiet squeak your way to the end of the game win. Right out of the gate. Alright, here we go. First fight. One down. Another guy, he's nearly dead. I spin around with the R99. That's it for him. And I do a little bit of evasion, taking advantage of Bangalore's double time ability. And chase him down. He's hurt. And he's done. So, right out of the gate, I managed to get all three of the kills right there. Picked up some gold armor, which isn't a huge improvement over the standard purple, because you're just not going to do that many finishers. But alright, now I'm looking pretty good. But no rest for the wicked already. Phantom has managed to kick up another fight. So we got these guys right outside here. Allegedly, I don't know where they are at this point. We'll see them in about a second here off to the right. Yep, and I've spotted them. They picked a fight without any armor right there for some reason. A little bit risky on his part. That's not going to pay off. That guy had white armor. But got a couple down already. I'm topping off my shields. He's down. Nobody's there yet. He's trying to revive his buddies. That's going to cost him right here. And that's all she wrote for that squad. Alright, so we got 2 squads down already. Off to a really good start. And before we can even do anything, another squad shows up. Not much to say about this. Mustopheles and I just chased him down. Finish him off. You know, we don't know where the rest of his team is. We still know that there's obviously some squad mates left alive. But haven't had much of a chance to talk about anything other than just the action going on here. We have not had much of a chance to do much of anything. Just trying to do a little looting to catch up here. I didn't even have time to fix my shields. Pretty wild start for the game. So, recuperating a little bit. Still wondering where the rest of these guys are. The answer to that question, right here. Not my best shooting right there, but it got the job done. I don't know what that guy was doing. He didn't have armor at all. And I can hear the other guy. He's right there. Didn't see me. Situational awareness. And that's it for that squad. I'm already up to 6 kills. Now, the focus at this point is we got to get healed up. We got to do a little bit of looting. We have also got to go pick up our buddy here. That little cut there was me saving a clip I already tell at this point that this is going to be a pretty special game, so I went ahead and saved that right there. I can't remember if we get a little yeah, I think we get a little breathing room right here. So pretty hot start to the match. Decent shape, you know, in terms of gear. The only problem, is, of course, is we're down a man. Luckily, he's being pretty good about it. He's not dropping. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get him picked up here because, yeah, we got more fights ahead. But I'm working our way to a safe place that I think we can go and respawn him, because respawning can be a pretty dangerous move. I've actually talked about this in a GameFAQs thread if you follow the message boards there. You've got to be a little bit careful about respawns because you're actually going to draw a lot of attention, but we'll have to talk about that later because I found another fight right here. 1 down. 2 down. What you saw right there was me cutting them off as they tried to come across. And another 3 kills. I'm up to 9 already. So, and as you can see, I'm already running pretty low on shield cells, although I just found a whole pile of them right here. So, that's the good thing about, you know, as long as you keep winning fights, you can keep re-gearing. But I'm going to go ahead and hold off on charging my shields because our buddy Phantom here has been waiting for quite a while to get back into the game. And I just want to focus on getting him back in. This entire time, by the way, I'm in a party system with my brother Mistopheles. So I'm not smart enough to turn on the broadcast settings, or maybe I'm afraid I'm just going to say a bunch of dumb stuff or something. So I keep that set off, so you're not hearing the communication between me and him, but that's going on constantly. If you're wondering why I'm not pinging this, that, and the other, it's because I'm telling him. Alright, pretty good cut right there. Makes it look like I just healed 2 slots with 1 shield cell. But, alright, not a whole lot of great stuff here for our friend. But he'll have to get geared up as we move along here. So, at this point in the game, things are still pretty hot. It's only 7 minutes in. I've got 9 kills. You can see by the length of the video, this thing's going the full 20. So, it's going to slow down a little bit here. Not quite immediately. So, right now we're just trying to get back to those loot boxes to get our friend Phantom back up to full gear. I went and dipped in that building right there. Got a little confused with where the loot box is. Oh, they're here. They're down here. So, chance for our friend here to get a little bit of gear. I get a chance to pick over some boxes that I haven't had a chance to check. At this point, we're just kind of trying to get, you know, like back up to fighting shape. I think we're just about there. He's got armor and weapons now, just white, but, you know, we'll find better stuff for him as time goes on. And it's kind of funny. Here we are 8 minutes into this match, and what I'm thinking right now is, hey, now that we finally got a little bit of peace and quiet, we can actually properly loot this area. So this is a little bit of a slow section right here. You're not going to see a whole lot of action for this next minute and a half. So I'll just go ahead and talk about the gear that I've been getting at this point. I've still got the Spitfire and the R89 that I've had from the beginning of the match. Got a blue backpack early at some point. I can't remember exactly when. I just picked up a nice extended magazine for my R99, so now I've got really good mods for all my guns. And just like that, here we go again. Oh, our friend didn't last very long. That's okay. This is about one of the most foolish things I see in this entire match. I do not know what Gibraltar over there was thinking. He had low health. I already knocked him down nearly dead. And he comes back out to fight some more. Team up with Mosto to finish that one off. And we still got one more up there. He's about to take a shot at me. I'm just polishing off Gibraltar so he doesn't get revived. And, yep, there's incoming fire. Using that double time ability of Bangalore's once more. I haven't used the smoke yet, surprisingly. But I felt confident. I'm just going to zip line right over and get mixed in. And I see Wraith is heading around that way. I'm going to try and cut her off over here. My brother's moving up on a different flanking angle. This is a great move right here. I did not do spectacular in the shooting, but we caught them in a pincer, and that just worked great. The downside is our friend Phantom is once again completely down, and he needs to get delivered to yet another beacon, and we're 10 minutes in. Things are starting to get a little snug in terms of the size of the ring, so this is going to be a little bit more tricky. It's going to be a little bit more dangerous, but it's what we got to do, so it's what we're going to do. You hear a little bit more fighting close by. I think we just give that nearby fight a pass for the time being. We're already down a guy. We've got stuff to do. I dropped some ammo for Mosto, who just picked up, I think, a Spitfire, and he's a little bit low. I'm trying to limit the amount of light ammo I carry, but I like to carry as much heavy ammo as I can, obviously, because that Spitfire, it's great at just about everything, but the biggest problem about it is it will burn through ammo in a hurry. So 240 is still in my comfort zone, but the best thing about the great thing about using heavy ammo weapons is you can always replenish. They're the most popular ammo type for people to carry, so as long as you keep winning fights, you can always keep topping off. So a little bit hot over here, but they're already preoccupied from the sound of it, so I go ahead and respawn them. We got to get them back in regardless. And no rest for the wicked. We're heading straight back down to get into another fight. So I decided to start this off with the artillery, which is Bangalore's least useful ability in my opinion. But I see a bunch of guys. Maybe I'll catch, maybe I'll be able to finish off some knocked guy. Maybe catch something. Yeah, you'd wish. As you can see, a big fat goose egg for damage off of that artillery strike. Everyone just got into cover. Alright, see a revive happening here. I'm jumping straight in because I know at least one of these guys is nearly dead. And that did not work out spectacularly for me. Here we're going to see the big close call. And it's all, my brother gets knocked, I'm knocked. It's all down to our buddy Phantom, who's got no armor, no gear, and he pulls a clutch kill right there, and we're set. That was very close. That could have very easily ended right there. That would have been a huge disappointment, obviously, but we pulled it off. Anyway, we've got a big disappointment heading just ahead here in a little bit. But for the time being, we're just going to go ahead and get replenished. I'll pop a Phoenix kit. Might as well. They're slow, but they fix everything real good. And I found something pretty nice here. I found that 1X digital sight, which is a great find for Bangalore because she can see through her own smoke. And going forward, I'm going to take absolutely no advantage of that whatsoever. But, hey, pretty neat find. Anyway, picking up loot here. Finding all kinds of good stuff. At this point, my weapons are about as good as they can possibly be. Everyone else, except for, funny thing is, all that time, I still had not found a better helmet. Alright, so here's the sad thing. If you look at the bottom left, wah wah. If you look at the corner of that, my brother's profile there, you saw that he was disconnecting. This is probably one of the biggest problems. Before I go into this, actually, I'll say at this point, if you're watching this video and you just want to see the action, you're going to want to cut ahead to about 17 minutes and 20 seconds because the next 3.5 minutes here are pretty low action. Anyway, so connection issues, I would say, are probably the biggest problem I've had with this game so far. I'm having a blast playing Apex Legends. It really is a spectacular game in many ways. The biggest downside is whenever I'm playing with other people, especially my brother, who granted has some kind of crappy internet, but he tends to get disconnected a lot from our matches. I think it's partially that. I don't know if it's just his low quality internet, but he says that he doesn't run into this issue when he's just playing with randoms. So I've heard this is kind of a common problem as well. And of course, there's no way to reconnect into the game. Once you get dropped out, that's it. Even if you could have conceivably gotten back in, say if you drop out of the match, your character model just stays right there in that place. You can still be shot at. You can still die in the ring. But it would be nice to, like if you have that connection drop, be able to like have that opportunity to reconnect to the game and, pick up where you left off, more or less. It wouldn't balance the game in any way. Like I said, the way that the game would represent it is your character model just stands right there in place. But it is what it is. Hopefully it's something that Respawn is going to smooth out as time goes on. So at this point, what I want to do is, we're down to 3 squads. You can see up in the top right. We're down a man at this point that we can't get back at all. So I know that there's this spot over here. We can get a little bit of high ground, a little bit of advantage. As you can see here, the circle is about to change, and it's about to be kind of disadvantageous for us. You can hear and see a supply drop over there coming down. And I'm inclined to use that as more bait than something I want to go for personally, because I've got all the weapons and ammo that I need to win this match, or the best it's going to get. So it gets interesting again here in a minute, I promise. But at this point, we're just kind of like taking up positions. Go ahead and drop a ping saying, we're going to hold here. I actually dropped out of the party so I could hear the game a little bit better, but I'm still mic off at this point. And at this point, we're just kind of playing a little bit of a waiting game. Because, whenever there's 3 squads left, you've got that, not quite a prisoner's dilemma, but, that issue where you don't want to be, it's ideal if you can be the squad that doesn't get engaged right out of the gate. Because we'll have that advantage, because if you go start a fight, hey, you can get a little bit of initiative, but you're always worried that that 3rd squad is going to show up and, spring their own ambush on your group and, basically punk you that way, and, you lose the match, not desirable. So, we're still waiting a little bit here, and at this point, now we're going to see a little bit of fire and get some indication of where the rest of these guys are. Now, I got a little bit confused here. I thought they were shooting over towards the supply drop.
3-0, rings close.
But I know that there's probably guys underneath me.
Enemy spotted, near me.
Didn't quite get a great audio cue on where that was. I'm just dropping that down there to let this guy know what I think is going on. So, in a little bit here, we'll see a little bit more fire and get a better indication about what the heck is going on. And there it is. Alright, so if you see on the map right here, we've actually got a great situation where these guys are going to have to come through us to get into the circle. And the circle's already closing right now, so
cancel that. Setting up defense in that area.
We're already looking to set up our final positions and cut these guys off as they come through.
Defense in this area.
And there they are. I spotted them off in the distance.
Smoke out.
Finally using smoke for the first time this match to cover my advance moving over here. I actually considered using my artillery at this point, and I decided against it. That's not my artillery you're seeing right there. I think the reason I didn't use artillery was I was afraid that I was going to cut off my own attack angles. So, alright, squad down. We still got one more, and I don't know where they are. But anyway, you can decide for yourself whether that was a smart move. And I heard, there he is. And that's all she wrote.
You are the Apex champions.
So, I said at the beginning of this video that I was going to cover some of the mistakes that I made. At the expense of sounding not very humble, I don't think I made many. So this was actually the best shooting match I've had. Here I'm just looking at a couple other matches. My previous best was a 13 kill match. The best squad kill match I've had was a 25er. We didn't quite reach that one with this game. As you can see here, we only had 21 kills. That's this match again. Phantom, as you can see, he just had like that one really clutch kill, but that was enough to do it. Anyway, I hope you guys found this interesting. Just a crazy high action match. So, if you have any questions, comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching so much, guys.